Imagine this for a moment. You wake up to the soft rhythm of waves brushing against the shore. The morning sun sparkles over turquoise water. The sand is warm beneath your feet, and the only footprints are your own. No photographers chasing you. No screaming fans. No flashing lights. Just silence. Just stillness. Just peace. For most of us, that sounds like a dream, something out of a fantasy. But for Johnny Depp, it's real. He owns a private island where this peace actually exists. But here's where it gets truly fascinating. The reason he rents out this island isn't what anyone expects. It's not a money-making project. It's not about luxury. It's about something deeper, something human. Something emotional, spiritual, and honestly, quite beautiful. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Waving hand if you've ever wondered what happens when the weight of fame becomes too heavy. Today's story might just change how you see Johnny Depp forever. Because this isn't a story about celebrity indulgence or wild Hollywood parties. It's a story about rediscovery, healing, and the beauty of living simply. What started as a glamorous escape turned into something profoundly personal, a reflection of a man searching for peace. Let's go back to where it all began. Depp's private island, Little Halls Pond Cay, lies tucked away in the Bahamas, part of the Exumas, a chain of pristine islands famous for their clear blue waters and untouched beaches. It's roughly 45 acres of pure tropical paradise, coral reefs glowing under the surface, palm trees swaying in the wind, and sunsets that look almost unreal. You might picture celebrities showing up on yachts, music blasting, champagne pouring, but that's not Johnny Depp's style. This island isn't a playground for fame. It's a sanctuary for the soul. For decades, Johnny lived in chaos, the flashing cameras, the media noise, the constant judgment. Every move he made was under a microscope. The pressure of fame can be intoxicating, but it can also be exhausting. He once described his island as the purest place I've ever seen. That's a powerful statement coming from someone who's seen the highest highs of Hollywood life. For him, Little Halls Pond Cay became something sacred, not a luxury retreat, but a refuge. When he bought the island, it wasn't about building mansions or showing off wealth. It was about finding quiet. He said that when he steps onto that island, he feels human again, no character to play, no audience to please. Just him and nature. Imagine that, one of the most recognizable faces in the world craving anonymity so badly that he had to find it in the middle of the ocean. But what makes this story even more touching is what he decided to do with it. Depp doesn't just keep the island to himself. He rents it out, but not in the traditional sense. He doesn't use it as a business or a high-end tourist spot. He opens it up to people who need peace, friends going through heartbreak, artists struggling to create, even people in recovery trying to find themselves again. For them, the island becomes a place to heal, to think, to breathe. He's also hosted quiet memorials there. Private gatherings to honor people he's lost, away from cameras, away from gossip. Just pure emotion, stillness, and reflection. There's something incredibly poetic about that, a man once surrounded by Hollywood noise choosing silence as his way of grieving. And here's another thing that surprises people, the island isn't filled with luxury. You won't find giant marble mansions or gold-plated furniture there. Everything is intentionally simple. The houses are solar-powered, built with natural materials that blend into the island. There are no jets, no televisions blasting, no lavish staff running around. Just a few rustic cabins, a solar system, and an endless view of the sea. It's all sustainable, peaceful, and deeply connected to nature. Johnny once said that living on the island reminds him of who he truly is when fame disappears. It's his way of grounding himself, a reminder that real happiness isn't about status or spotlight. It's about simplicity. It's about the quiet moments that fame can't buy. And what's even more inspiring is how he uses that peace for good. He's allowed environmentalists and conservationists to visit and use the island for ocean conservation projects. They study coral reefs, marine wildlife, and work to protect the fragile ecosystem around the Bahamas. In a way, he's turned his personal sanctuary into a hub for healing, not just for people, but for nature too. It's amazing, isn't it? How a man once known for his wild, unpredictable roles, Captain Jack Sparrow, Edward Scissorhands, the Mad Hatter, found his real-life character in being calm, giving, and grounded. It's as if the chaos of fame pushed him to create the opposite, a world where there's no need for performance, only peace. And maybe that's what makes this story so powerful. Because we all chase something, money, recognition, comfort, thinking it'll make us happy. But Johnny's story reminds us that peace doesn't come from things. It comes from stillness, from purpose, from giving back. His island isn't just a location, it's a metaphor. It represents rebirth. It's a symbol of what happens when you strip away all the noise and reconnect with what's real. And maybe that's what makes him different. Instead of running from his pain, he turned it into something meaningful. Instead of isolating himself, he found a way to share that peace with others. So, what can we take from this? You don't need a private island to find balance. You can create your own Little Hall's Pond Cay in your everyday life. It starts with small choices. Take a few minutes each day just for you. No scrolling, no distractions, just breathe. Listen to the world around you. That's your island moment. Maybe it's a quiet walk in the park, or sitting on your balcony with a cup of tea, or just taking a deep breath before your day begins. You don't need sand and waves, you just need stillness. And here's something else, peace grows when you share it. Johnny's generosity, allowing others to experience his island, teaches us that helping others can heal us too. Maybe you can be someone's island, a calm presence in a stormy world. Call a friend who's struggling, lend an ear, or just remind someone that they're not alone. Experts often say solitude isn't loneliness, it's medicine. It gives your mind space to think, to dream, to heal. When you step away from noise, you hear yourself more clearly. That's what Johnny found. And it's something anyone can experience, no matter where they are. Now imagine yourself in his place. A week on a private island. No Wi-Fi. No phone. Just you, nature, and silence. Would you be at peace? Or would that silence feel too heavy at first? Be honest, because the answer probably says something about what your mind really needs. If this story made you see Johnny Depp in a new light, just wait until you hear about Leonardo DiCaprio's island. He turned his into an eco-friendly paradise dedicated to sustainability and ocean restoration. It's a completely different kind of peace, but just as powerful. So before you head off, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into stories like this one. And as you go about your day, remember this, peace isn't something you chase. It's something you create. You don't need fame, fortune, or an island. You just need moments of stillness, moments that remind you who you really are when the world gets too loud. Because sometimes, the greatest luxury in life isn't money or fame, it's just a calm mind, a quiet space, and the sound of the ocean reminding you that you're alive. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay kind, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Palm tree.